What difference do you think the appointment of special counsel makes? Does it make impeachment any more likely?
No, I think it makes no difference. I think it's largely window dressing. Remember that most of the complaints against the Trump administration have nothing to do with criminal conduct. For example, if his campaign collaborated with the Russians, that's wrong, but it's not criminal. If he leaked information to the Russians, which led the Russians to be able to develop sources and methods, that's wrong, but it's not criminal. If he fired, as he did, the director of the FBI, that's not criminal. If he asked the director of the FBI to let it go when it came to Flynn, that's not criminal. The only criminal conduct that they're going to find is perhaps against Flynn, that's a possibility, and more likely against the former national security officer and the current one that leaked to the Washington Post classified material that about what Trump did in the Oval Office. So the irony is there's a special prosecutor appointed to get Trump, essentially, and Trump will not be a subject or a target of this because he committed no actual criminal conduct. And the people who will be prosecuted and go to jail will be two intelligence officers who leaked classified material and maybe General Flynn. This is not the way to get to the truth. If you want to get to the truth, you appoint an independent fact-finding commission that has subpoena power. Remember, everything the special counsel does is behind closed doors. Grand juries operate in secrecy. You can't leak or disclose the testimony. The people who are called as witnesses don't have lawyers there. It's the Star Chamber brought to America. Thank you very much, Great Britain. But the grand jury is not the appropriate vehicle for informing the American public what may have gone wrong with the Trump administration. So I think this is much ado about nothing.
I mean, of course, there is the law and then there's politics. And when it comes to the whole question of impeachment, it's as much or if more about politics. So, I mean, and when we look back at history, I mean, we saw what Kenneth Starr did with the Clinton administration. I mean, this does become an unpredictable beast, doesn't it? I mean, how long he goes on, where he takes it, what he looks into.
And a beast is a perfect example. The special counsel is Captain Ahab, and his target is the white whale, Moby Dick. When you give a prosecutor one job, get that person. It reminds me of what Lavrenti Beria, the head of the notorious Soviet KGB, once told Stalin. He said, "Show me the man and I'll find you the crime." When you target somebody and you have prosecutors looking to find criminal conduct, it's much more likely they'll find it even when it's not there. So I am not, as a civil libertarian who cares deeply about due process and the Constitution, I'm not applauding the appointment of this special prosecutor, even though I know him. Bob Mueller is a terrific guy. I knew him when he was the U.S. Attorney in Massachusetts. You couldn't get a better person. It's the process and the mechanism that I'm critical of, and I don't think it will lead the American public to know what really went on and what they're really interested in knowing. Was there coordination with the Russians? Was there leaking? All of those kinds of things are not within the jurisdiction of the special counsel.
I mean, Trump says this is the biggest witch hunt in American history. I mean, if you think back to McCarthyism and, well, let's go to Salem. I mean, where do you put it in history?
Oh, it's not even close. For example, the attacks on President Clinton for Monica Lewinsky was a greater intrusion into privacy. You know, this is like a 4 on a scale of 10. And it's very appropriate for the media serve as a check and balance, particularly when both houses of Congress are in the hands of the Republican, the executive in the hands of the Republican. You need an outside system of checks and balances, and I think the media is doing a pretty good job. And remember, the media in our country, like in yours, consists of left-wing media like The Nation, you have The Guardian, right-wing media like Fox, you have right-wing media, and centrist media like CNN. So I think it's not appropriate to complain about the witch hunt, and many of the problems that Trump has are self-induced. If he hadn't fired Comey, and if he hadn't tried to blame it on Rosenstein, Rosenstein would probably not have appointed a special counsel. In the end, I think Trump will benefit from the appointment of the special counsel because everything's done in secret. And in the end, he'll probably say either no indictments or indictment of somebody who's no longer in the administration. I predict here, and you can play it back a year from now, that there will be no indictments against any current member of the administration and not against Donald Trump.